Academic Policies and Credit Abroad, Part 2, Before Going Abroad. In this Part 2 video of the Credit 101 video series, we'll be discussing all of the requirements and information students should know about after being accepted to your program but before departing for your program abroad. The information includes attending pre-departure orientation, registration reminders, how to request credit evaluations, and resources available to you on the pre-departure Canvas page that you will be added to by your program coordinator. In regards to registration reminders, you must make sure to clear all bars before you can proceed with registering for your Education Abroad placeholder courses. Once students apply and are accepted to their Education Abroad programs for the next semester, students must register themselves in what are called Education Abroad placeholder courses. The placeholder courses represent students' continuous attendance at the University of Texas, whether you are going abroad for a semester or summer term. There are 4 different unique numbers that correspond with both the duration of the program and the type of program. These include semester exchange programs, summer exchange, semester affiliate, and summer affiliate. Listed on the screen are just some examples of what the unique numbers for registration can be. However, each of the codes are specifically assigned to each individual student and should not be shared among friends. You will receive your specific unique number from your program coordinator. If you have any questions or are unsure of how or when to receive the code, please contact your appropriate coordinator. Also, be sure to pay all of your tuition and fees by the UT deadline. Please note that the $500 exchange fee can be deferred to financial aid, but the $600 affiliated studies fee cannot. If you have any questions regarding what type of program you are attending, whether it is an exchange program or affiliate program, please contact your program coordinator. When students enroll in classes abroad, not only do they have to register for placeholder courses in the UT system, but they are also responsible for registering themselves in courses directly at the foreign institution too. The registration process varies from program to program, so please be sure to follow up with your designated program representative to find out more specifics. However, the same policy goes for all students in terms of you must be enrolled as a full-time student during your program. For fall and spring semester students, this means registering in the equivalent of 12 UT credit hours. For summer students, this will be the equivalent of 6 UT credit hours. Please refer to your acceptance packet or ask your program coordinator about how your program's credit weights equate to UT credit hours. You can think of equating credit rates similarly to translating one language into another. Foreign credit weights can be different from UT credit weights and vary by country, and grading scales may need to be translated in this way as well. Keep in mind that some courses abroad are only worth 1 or 2 UT credit hours, while others are worth 4 or more. You may need to register for more than 4 courses abroad in order to maintain full-time enrollment at UT. One of the most frequently asked questions during this phase of the abroad process is, how do I get the credit I need? In particular, if it is not in the My Credit Abroad database. In order to get courses evaluated for credit, you will need to use the Course Evaluation Survey. Students can use this tool to request courses to be evaluated at any stage of their application or pre-departure process, including before you apply to a program, after you have been accepted, and after you are in country. This is an example of what the first page of the survey looks like. The link to the survey can be found in your Canvas course for pre-departure orientation and is also listed on the UT website under registration and credit. The registration and credit page on the Texas Global website has more information about this process, and there is also information on the Canvas course. Students can submit syllabi at any time with this survey. Once a student has completed the survey, the credit team reviews the request and sends it to the departmental evaluators. The evaluations can take between 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the department and peak work times. You will be notified when each course is sent for evaluation and when each course has been evaluated, whether it is approved or denied. There are no limitations on the number of evaluations you can request, but only 5 courses can be submitted per survey. To submit more course evaluation requests, please complete the survey again with the additional courses. Also, if you are still deciding on 2 programs and you want to submit courses for each program, please fill out 1 survey per program, which means 2 different surveys. It's very important not to send incomplete syllabi or duplicate requests. This will only slow down the credit evaluation process. Except for your language courses, all syllabi must be translated into English before sending for evaluation. Syllabi should include a course description, a list of topics covered from week to week, a bibliography or list of specific texts and their chapters, the textbooks used, the grade evaluation, how the final grade was determined, how the grading percentages are split between the midterm exams, the final exams, and other assignments, and how often the course meets, how many hours are spent in the classroom. Students are guaranteed all credit hours on an approved Education Abroad program. Faculty evaluators can designate a foreign course equivalent in 3 different ways. Direct matches, such as Government 312L, which is Issues and Policies in American Government. The other option are topics courses, such as Government 335M, Topics in Political Thought. These courses can be repeated for credit and often have different subjects, so topic equivalents may be a bit more broad. The third option is variable hours. In this case, Government 319S for lower division or Government 329S for upper division. These are used for designated courses with no UT equivalents and are also used to translate the credit weights for courses that are worth more than 3 credit hours at UT. So you may see Government 335M plus Government 129S for one course if the course is technically worth 4 credit hours, but the course content corresponds to Government 335M. Keep in mind that variable hours can still count towards your major, minor, or track requirements depending on the major. They have to be submitted on an individual basis into students' degree audits and substituted in by your academic advisor. Contact your academic advisor if you have any questions about how it will apply in your interactive degree audit. Something else to keep in mind is that an evaluator can choose to award a 3-hour equivalent for a course that is technically worth less than 3 hours if the content of the course matches. For example, if you took a 2-hour Spanish course abroad, it can be awarded Spanish 311, which is a 3-hour direct match for intermediate Spanish. However, variable hours are not over-awarded, with very limited exceptions to this rule. That 2-hour Spanish course abroad will be Spanish 219S, a 2-hour course, if it is awarded variable hours. This is very important to keep in mind regarding your full-time registration status. This may mean that you will need to take another course in order to stay in full-time status. If you would like to have one of your courses abroad count for a core or flag requirement, or even multiple of these requirements, you will be able to petition this on the Texas Undergraduate Studies website. Please note that this is a separate process from the base of getting your courses abroad for regular departmental credit. This can be thought of as a second-tier evaluation process that you will need to petition as an individual. Pre-approvals for core or flag requests are possible, but the student must be able to submit the requested course's syllabus to the relevant office for that core and flag requirement. If approved, your interactive degree audit will be updated once credit is posted and after you complete your program. If a course is not listed in MICA, the student must send the course syllabus to the credit team to receive a general evaluation as well. As previously mentioned, this is a 2-step process. If you cannot find your course in MICA, but you would also like to petition it for a core or flag requirement. As an example, a syllabus can be sent to the credit team and given Government 360N by the government department. After this, the course could then be submitted by the student for a flag petition and receive a Global Cultures flag. To submit a core or flag, please visit the website below. You can also search the keywords UTexas, UGS, Core Flag Petition in your browser search as well. There are also other specialized course petitions that a student may request. For certain majors, minors, and certificate programs, students are required to have specific designations for coursework, such as a track or area studies. As an example, international relations and global studies majors are required to take a certain number of IRG track courses. Track petitions may be submitted to an IRG academic advisor by students individually. Some tracks are listed in MICA, but new approvals for evaluated courses must go to the IRG department. This is similar to the core and flag petitions in that track petitions are also a two-step process in itself if a course has not been approved for departmental credit in MICA and a student is requesting credit to count towards track. For a more detailed example, what if a student wanted to request departmental credit, petition for a global cultures flag, and have the course count towards a track requirement? This would be a three-tier process. The student would have to submit and wait for an evaluation for each requirement that they would like to petition. Continuing with the IRG major example, for a course that is not already in MICA to be granted track credit, both approval from IRG and an upper division departmental credit designation is required. If a department states the course is a lower division course, students will not get track credit even if IRG approves it initially. Please remember that you are guaranteed credit hours that are awarded. If you are ever stuck at a certain point in the credit process, remember that UT is obligated to post all credit hours that you earn abroad. As mentioned before, foreign credit weights and foreign grades must be translated into your UT equivalent credit weights and grades. If your course evaluation request is still pending by the time Education Abroad receives your transcript, you will be awarded variable hours for the area of study that best matches the foreign course content. For example, a modern Japanese culture course will receive ANS 329S. This means that it is an Asian studies course equivalent to 3 hours of upper division credit. If you are participating in an internship while abroad, that's great. If you are seeking specific internship credit pertaining to your degree, please reach out to your department directly. Some internship credit will require additional approval in other departments, such as the Moody College of Communication. All of the resources and information we've discussed are available in the Canvas course that is made available to students once they are accepted into their programs. There is also a credit checklist and additional credit information located in the Canvas course. If you are ever stuck, please be sure to reference those materials. You can also contact your program coordinator and the credit team for further assistance. In the next video, part 3, during your program, we'll discuss critical information and next steps for students to be aware of during their program regarding academic credit.